Now to Kisumu County, where a traffic police officer shot and wounded a colleague during an early morning scuffle with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission officers at the Mamboleo roadblock in the county. Another officer fractured his right leg during the commotion, which saw 5 officers nabbed in the sting operation. The traffic officer is reported to have fired 15 times in an attempt to scare away the EACC officers. We're now joined by Oko Okusa from Kisumu. Oko, was there confusion, or were they just trying to avoid getting caught up in a sting operation?
Yes, Olive, of course, according to the Nyanza Regional Police Commandant, that is Dr. Makoha, is that it was a mix-up between the police officers and the EACC officers during that scuffle that ensued in the morning somewhere around Mamboleo. So according to the regional police commandant, he's saying that Dr. Vincent Makoha is that the traffic police man was during that scuffle to be arrested, sort of fired his firearm accidentally. But then when we put him to task to explain how he managed to fire 15 times, and yet again he calls it a mishap, he could not actually explain himself well. But then again, of course, that happened, and the same officer who fired those bullets fractured his right leg as he was attempting to escape the dragnet that had been put by the EACC officers. This, remember, happened early this morning at around 7 when residents were reporting to work, and then the EACC decided to pounce on the unsuspecting traffic officers. It also happened at a place next to the Kisumu International Airport, where another group of traffic officers were also erected another roadblock there, and of course the EACC officers laid an ambush there and arrested a number of them too. So we are talking of a total of 5 officers, and they are Frederick Matunda, Meshak Mugendo, Musoba Mutinda, Wesley Koech, and Benjamin Tuwei. All of them have been processed at the EACC offices here, and according to the acting regional EACC director, that is Aura Chiboli, they are likely to be arraigned in 2 weeks' time. He's called for more time to conduct their investigations. He didn't actually disclose how much money that was found on the officers, but he said there are still police detectives are still gathering evidence to solidify a case against the 5 officers. Earlier on, when we were there at the EACC, we also saw an ambulance paramedics actually came and collected the injured officer who had fractured his leg, and took him to Avenue Hospital. And of course, the regional police force here, Dr. Makawa, said that actually he dismissed reports that EACC and traffic police officers were engaged in sort of a fight. He was saying that the EACC officers were conducting their normal operations and the police are cooperating, and therefore there is no friction between the 2 agencies of government. So that is what is happening now. Initially, they had given us indication that they could arraign them this afternoon, but the acting regional director there clarified that that is not likely to happen today. It will happen in 2 weeks' time. So that is the latest. We'll be following up on to find out how the officer who was injured, who was shot on the thigh, actually a female officer who was shot on the thigh, is faring on at the hospital. Back to you, Olive.